are rolling.
Okay. Hello, Benjamin. Welcome to your table read. You know what, Benjamin's never. Why don't you both introduce yourself? Actually, he's never met either of you.
Hi Ben, Ryan Slater here. Pleasure to work with you. Fly safe home. Cuts now. Almost up.
Hang on one
Hi,
second.
this is Bob Larson. I'll be doing gin.
Yeah. Do you want to get now real quick? There you go. Say hi now.
Hi, I'm Nal Osaka. I'm reading what I'm doing, Alice.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's start. Opening credits. From a moonlit tide, an eerie, unworldly wind blows in from the crashing waves through the quiet city streets. Blowing throughout the city, passing different neon lights, art, beautiful buildings, and landing on Paradise Cafe, discordant jazz plays in the background. Credits are shown during these shots. From out of the dark corner, a thin man, an older man, Jin, growing a beard, wearing a dark, dirty coat and cowboy boots, appears. He stretches and looks at his clothes that has a trash bag clinging onto it and twirls like a dog chasing his tail to catch it. Stopping himself when he sees a newspaper dispenser with trash and an old coffee cup above it, he jumps toward it and tries to open it to get a paper, but struggles because he has no idea what he's doing. After a moment of trying to force the little door open, he reads that he needs to pay to get a paper and begins to look through his clothes and the trash above the dispenser for change. He grabs the cup to find a rest of coffee in it. With the cup in hand, he turns around to see a man, Eli, walking towards the cafe. The man is young, with a clean face, wearing sloppy clothes. Eli walks by Jin, and without looking at Jin, he digs through his pocket, pulling out change and dumping it in the older man's cup. The coin splashes in the rest of the coffee. Jin looks down to see what he got, and Eli enters the cafe. Jin looks back to Eli surprisingly. Forgetting completely about his last goal to get a paper, he throws the cup and coins and follows the younger man into the cafe. The sound of jazz is slowly playing in the background. There are a few people sitting down in booths. Jin walks in and sits at the end of the counter and watches Eli sitting at the other end of the counter, taking a shot and orders another one. Eli takes a look at Jin but ignores him. Eli is holding a picture of him and his woman, Alice, in front of the dolphin statue. Jin notices and then orders a drink. Jin orders a drink and continues to observe Eli. Eli starts to get irritated with Jin staring at him.
I don't have any more money for you.
Good thing I didn't come for your money, good sir. Rough day?
Yeah, 365 of them.
Oh,
That's a year?
just one revolution about the sun. Sounds like a day to me. Drinking to forget the past. A little cliche, but fascinating nonetheless.
Excuse me?
Your traumatic past, I find it interesting.
The bartender, bored to pour Eli's glass all the time, leaves the bottle in front of the younger man. Eli pours a shot and takes it.
Maybe you should hold off on those.
What are you, my mother? I want to be alone right now, and what you're doing isn't what I want, so please, leave me alone.
All right. I get it. Everyone needs their time alone to recharge or whatnot. Just hear me out for a few minutes, and then I'll be gone. My name's Jin.
What, like the alcohol?
It's a strange name, I know, but I have been called that since the day of my creation. I cannot change it. What can't you change, Elijah?
Whoa, let's take a step back. How did you know my name?
I know much about you.
Let me get this straight. You come here, sit ever so meaningfully in the corner, analyze my life, somehow know my name, and I'm the cliche? Okay, Jin. I'll play your little game. Since you know so much about me, why don't we talk about your past? You know, get acquainted. Isn't that why people come to bars? You know? To pretend like they want to be alone while secretly longing for someone, anyone, to come along and share their pain so the world doesn't seem so empty anymore. So tell me, Jin, what brought you here tonight?
I honestly have no idea. I was just drawn to the place. Maybe it was you I was drawn to.
Fantastic. Look, Jin, buddy, pal, stalker extraordinaire. You need to work on your pickup lines. No pussy around here is gonna want whatever you're selling if that's the best you can do.
I'm not asking a cat. I'm asking you. I can help you. Make your life better. Anything you desire can be yours.
What? You're gonna be my genie tonight? You want me to rub your lamp?
Lamp?
Yeah, you know, genies, they come in lamps.
But I don't have a lamp.
Okay, I know. Look, as much as I would love to continue this conversation, I think I'm gonna pass on this one, buddy.
Look.
You changed the music.
Yes.
Okay, you want me to believe that you have all this power to give people anything you want, yet you do a magic trick and change the station? It was nice meeting you, Jen.
Jen's straight face turns into a confused one, and Eli finishes his drink and puts his money on the counter. Oh, okay. Eli walks out. Jen sits by himself for a moment and then notices the picture that Eli forgot and grabs it. Eli walks through the small street lined with shops, remembering his troubled past. Jen appears in the background, calling out to Eli.
Eli!
Jesus.
You forgot this.
Oh. Thanks.
Who is she?
It doesn't matter.
So that wish.
Not making one.
Jen's,
Have you-
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you met my friend Ben Franklin? He is from Philadelphia.
Jesus, how did you get here?
So what? You're going to be sad and alone the rest of your life. What about living? What about doing something, anything with your life?
What are you, my mother? What do you want from me?
It's not what I want, it's what you want. Even if it's something as simple as a bike. Or a skateboard, like when you were a child, or chocolate ice cream.
A person on a skateboard rides by holding an ice cream cone. Jen steals it and tries to give it to Eli. Eli frantically grabs the cone and tries to give it back to the man he stole it from. He turns to the person to give back the ice cream, but there is no one. The street is empty.
Well,
The guy runs by with an old lady's purse. Eli's so confused at this point, he has no idea how the people are popping out of nowhere.
fame, power.
That's cute, Jen, but I'm starting to think you didn't really need my change. Oh, man, maybe I had too much to drink. Are you even real? So that's what this is. You want to grant me anything I want. Are you trying to save my soul or something? This is a joke, right?
This is the chance of a lifetime, Eli. What about that girl in the photo?
What about that girl?
Is this about the girl in the photo? You have looked so happy, and yet you've been living by yourself for about a year now. What is it again? 365 days? Yes! It must be lonely. How about a girlfriend?
Look, I already told you. I don't give a shit about your wishes.
Oh, Eli, you won't let me, won't you let me have some fun? Speaking of fun, how about a nice boyfriend? So you're going to be sad. What is this? This century, everybody feels so bad about themselves. You live in a world catered to your needs, where you get everything you want. You pity yourselves like you can't, like more than any other time in history. You can have anything you want, yet you mope around because of a girl. I just want to make you happy.
You can start by letting me go.
Because I want to help you.
me to tell you something I want, right? I want to be with her. I want to see her. At least one more time.
I can't bring her back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were the all-powerful genie.
I can give you what you want, but you just need to say it.
What? What are you getting at here? Why not bother other people?
You gave me 50 cents.
Jesus fucking Christ, really? That's the reason? You know, I'm drunk as hell. I can't believe that. Which is pretty fucking exciting, you know, compared to what usually happens. I mean, someone convinced me once my name was Kevin once. Kevin! Ah, please, Jin, just tell me why. You know, I have a fucking headache and it's 3 a.m. now and let's just get this over with.
You needed someone to talk to.
Well, you know, if I did, that someone wouldn't be you. Don't trust the homeless man claiming that he's magical. What the fuck? Why are we back here?
Well, I see. Well, I'm sorry to have wasted your time. A taxi is arriving to pick you up.
A taxi? But you never had a chance to call a taxi. I was with you the whole time.
Don't tell me you've forgotten so soon.
That you called a taxi?
That I'm magical.
Right. Well, you did get me a taxi.
I paid for a taxi.
But everything comes at a price, right?
Except this is free.
Alright, so now I'll get into this paid for taxi and we'll never see you for a taxi. You don't know how far I'm going, where it's taking you, how, why.
Good night, Eli.
Eli steps into the cab, Jin closes the door. The driver is listening to jazz low in the background, but we never see him and he never communicates with Eli. He sits in the car for a moment, a small smile crosses his face, and he shakes his head and chuckles. Alice walks into the car from the other side. They smile at each other and begin to laugh.
Oh God, I thought they were gonna call the cops on us.
I don't even know what happened, or where did Carol go?
She went with those drag queens.
I'll never look at a drag queen the same way ever again.
They laugh and kiss. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your moment. The music picks up to something very happy and moving.
Where to?
Jin is in the front of the car and smiles. Eli doesn't notice him and without turning from Alice replies. The taxi leaves and we see the Paradise Cafe sign in the side mirror. Okay, the music is abruptly changed to the, okay, this is the alternate ending, isn't it? The music is abruptly changed to darker jazz playing low in the background. The driver is looking at his phone and not paying attention to Eli in the back seat. Driver?
Where to? Look, buddy, I ain't got all night. Where to?
The driver looks into his rearview mirror and sees Eli.
Hey, are you all right? Hey, buddy, call an ambulance.
Okay, good job. So how long was it?
It's about 12 minutes, 12,
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
So, and it
It has to be 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you know, this is like we're taking we're
this is
longer
a
here,
reading.
kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the
And
reading.
there's a little opening before we meet Jin, description. You know, I think that could probably.
there's the description takes a minute or so with everything that I interrupt. But this is not like we called it the final draft, but there were suggestions made, and so some things might change slightly, not a lot from the draft, and he hasn't decided which ending he's going to. So
Any ideas? Because, I think we're still rolling, and if
Yeah.
you wanted to mention anything to
Yeah.
Ben.
I had put some ideas that I had in an email to him already.
All right, great.
Yeah.
yeah. So how?
What about you?
Well, I just got this one today.
You just got the
The
script
one-
today, Bob? Just today?
No, I just had time to print
Oh,
it
okay.
with my schedule.
Sorry.
Well, you could also write Michelle.
Yeah, I'll do that. She and I have been in contact.
Yeah.
There's one or two references here that I think some of this stuff about a year gets lost a little bit.
About,
Yeah, it seems a year versus a day, once around the sun, and it led me to a little bit of confusion at first time. I think some of that gets lost.
you're confused, or you think the audience would be
I
confused?
think the audience is gonna be confused,
Okay.
because I think they may pick up that it says, oh, once around the sun, that's a year, and he's saying it seems like a day to me. I don't know if that reference nails it, it's nailed home.
I know that there's some issue in there that Benjamin is, has in his head. We're slowly leading into the audience realizing you're a genie, so that made
Okay.
it. Yeah, it's not apparent right away that you're a genie. So sorry if I'm.
I'm a little confused as to what exactly Jin is, because if I'm killed at the end, is he a genie, or is he death? And if he's death, I mean, is he gonna be, confused about how to put change in the newspaper stand? I mean, he does this every day, right?
I don't know.
Like,
The
I guess.
ending is confusing to me.
Well,
Not really. It's like, you wish for I guess your girlfriend is dead, and you can't bring her alive, so you wish her to see her again, and you're dead. That's it.
And that only makes clear
let
when
me.
Jen says, I cannot bring her back, right?
Yeah.
That's the
exactly.
only time you,
He says that it's not really, I can bring her back, so I have to kill her for her to see. It's not like that, but
Well,
I guess you can
that's
get,
one way you can.
yeah.
So is
One way
this
to-
really happening, or am I dying and then having my final hallucinations before I die?
well, you've had a lot to drink, too.
Yeah, what
Depends.
Well, I think
Well,
at
so
this
this
point,
is the
if I
take
can
back, yeah.
just interrupt, because Benjamin isn't here, we're not gonna be able to answer those. He has all of that in his head. I wish that Gabby would have been able to make it. She in her writing, she wrote something, a note to Benjamin that he sent on to me, and what, in theory, what she sort of had in her mind for part of it, and the names Eli and Jin are biblical names. And Jin means genie. And I'm probably not paraphrasing this correctly because I read it in reading everything back and forth. Sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but it was very interesting. And Jin means genie in some mythological thing. And Eli asks God to kill him. So Elijah. So that is where the names come from. So I'm not quite sure what Gabby has in the back of her mind when she's writing it.
I can tell you about a couple of things we talked about.
Okay.
Whether,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
probably
but,
can.
it's changing because Benjamin is, has his take on it. But, it was, we talked about, actually playing it so that it could be understood a number of different ways. A genie, or death, or just a fate, it depends how you feel about fate. He talks about what do you want, so he's sort of like asking you to use your free will and, make your life what you want it to be. You could have anything you want, wealth, power, so like. And what you really, what in this particular case, what you say is you want that one moment, is what we talked about. Was that there was one moment where they were supremely happy.
Mhm.
And what I was going to say to Benjamin too is that what's not written in the script is the picture should be, the photograph should be from that moment in a cab. He should take a picture of her laughing.
Mhm.
So that's the moment that, he goes back to. That was the idea.
Well, you just told Benjamin, so. So, yeah, I don't want to, and thank you for contributing because you know more of what Gabby had behind it than what I read. I was very fascinated with what she wrote, and like I said, it was really in the middle of the night, and I haven't had a chance to go back and reread it.
Is that clear?
I actually basically had a very similar thought,
Yeah.
which I threw at Ben last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar, almost the same thing in fact.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and he's got it all in his head, and it is difficult because he's not here, and so I'm sure we would get a lot of this resolved right now if we could, but he's well aware of what you said and answered you, and he can hear all of this when we send this to him, so, when
It's
we
like
do.
God.
Yeah, it's like God right now.
So
Yeah, I don't think so.
basically, it's leaving an open ending,
I think it is.
which I think is good,
Mhm.
keeping everyone guessing. And they do have different genres that they could go with that have
Mhm.
been brought out. without the film.
And some people, you know, that's that uncomfortable feeling too at the end of a movie. Like, you know, sometimes you want that resolution, but every once in a while you see those movies where you're like,
Well, and also the idea of Paradise Cafe was kind of like a good metaphor, like almost like a bus waiting station for souls. And at one point she had a line in there, look at all these souls, as if, everyone has this opportunity, it comes to a place every now and then, which is a way station, to make a decision in your life, a crossroads.
And he does ask him, your wish, and it's just to see her one more time.
Right.
And he does in that cab.
Right. So that's what's supposed to happen, like the reality is supposed to change a little bit when he goes into the cab and they're laughing hysterically, as if they just came out of a party or something, right,
So he had his wish.
Certainly hope we have happier moments than that one.
Yeah.
yes. Well, of course you will. Okay, that was fabulous. You guys did good. I know that was your first reading, but you did a good job. I like to hear your voices for me personally. So we'll send that. I think we can be done with that. I don't think we need to see the